my gosh, this episode was crazy good. I loved it, and I just saw the promo for next week's episode, and it's gonna be so good. They're finally gonna go to Ravenswood, because I saw this clever TV video like last week or this week. It was that Spencer and Toby were going to Ravenswood, and they hit a raven there, and they're finally gonna show that. I can't wait, and it's gonna be awesome. And this episode was really, it was really good. It's a kind of a cliffhanger they left it on. So I'm gonna roll my intro right now. Hey guys, it's Ashley. It is time for another Pretty Little Liars recap and review time with me.
Taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Hey guys, it's Ashley, and this is my Pretty Little Liars recap, season 4, episode 5, Gamma Zeta Die. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Okay, so a lot of things, well, not a lot of things. It was main focused on Hannah's mom still being really guilty of whatever happened with Wilden's death. I don't know what to think. I have no idea what to think of her, and A is like getting after Arya's mom now because Ella, she changed her mind. She didn't want to go to Austria with that guy anymore. She changed her mind because Mike said something that she doesn't want her to go, and she feels like she's obligated to stay because she doesn't want Brian to take on the responsibility of watching Arya and Mike by himself. Just when Arya tells her that she should go because she deserves it and Mike's being selfish and all, they're in Ella's car about to go home, and then there's like a bee, like this honeybee that comes out of the AC vent, and she's like, is that a bee or a fly? And so the mom like gets a magazine and hits it, and then it's dead. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is not good, because I know that when you shouldn't hit a bee, for one thing, because the other bees are gonna smell the guts and they're gonna like come and attack you. That's what I heard. So as soon as she hit that, I was like, oh no, something bad is gonna happen here. So then like they're talking, and so Arya gets out of the car, and because Ella's about to go home, Arya receives a text message, and she gets a text saying something about her mom, like something's gonna happen to her mom. I can't remember what it was word for word. I can't remember. But then show Ella putting on lipstick, like lip gloss, looking in the mirror, and then they show like the back vent in the car. There's like all these bees coming out of it, like about like 5 or 6 honeybees coming out. I'm like, oh shoot, oh my gosh, she should get out of the car. And she hears like buzzing, so she adjusts the mirror a bit, and she sees all these bees all flying all in the back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, get out of the car, woman. And instead she just screams and starts shooing them away. It's like, get out of the car. She ends up all like getting all stung, and she has to go to the hospital and all that. And Mike is back. Him and Arya get into a little fight because Arya tells him that he's being selfish for not letting his mom go, and Mike's like, you just want her to go so you can spend time and get frisky with Ezra. And then they stop fighting because she was kind of disbelief that he said that, which isn't true. I mean, I don't think she actually was gonna do that. You know, I'm pretty sure she really thinks that her mom needs a vacation. Later on in the episode, she goes to Byron's workplace, and she tells him to go talk to Ella, tell her that she deserves a vacation. And Byron was a little hesitant because he didn't think his opinion mattered. She was telling him that she still values his opinion. So Byron later on tells Ella that she should go because she deserves this. So I think she really is gonna go this time. I hope A doesn't like do anything else, because A definitely put those bees in Ella's car. I don't think the bees just randomly got in there. Someone had to put that in her car. So also, Spencer's mom made an appointment with this one guy, this directory guy that Spencer has to meet up with for her to get into a college, because she was in Radley and all, and so she can get into a higher class college. And so Spencer agrees, even though she doesn't really want to. Then in this booklet thing that they get to check out colleges, the four girls, they were looking at these booklets, and then they saw the area code for one of the colleges, Cicero College, and that it was the same area code as the number Tippy, the bird, kept reciting. So now Spencer's like kind of interested in checking out all the colleges, and Emily too. And so the guy that Spencer was supposed to meet, his name is Brandon, and he's at the cafe place where Emily works. Spencer was running late, so Emily was starting to talk to him about the colleges, and she's kind of like flirting with him. And I didn't like think that she was for real flirting. I had a feeling that she was just being nice to him just to like get in the college or like try to check out the colleges. And so Spencer comes along, and she finally arrives there, and they're talking about the colleges, and Spencer mentions that Emily would be perfect for Cicero College, and that they'll go there with the guy. Spencer wants to go there to find about Allie, and about the board shorts dude, and Tippy's phone number and all of this stuff, while Emily wants to go there to actually check out the college. And she doesn't tell Spencer this until they're at one of the frat parties there, and they get into this huge fight, and Spencer was saying that you were flirting with him and you forgot to mention that you're gay and all this. It was like kind of funny. And then she was like, at least I didn't take off my bra, get into the decathlon, which was true. She kind of did the same thing. It was kind of funny, that whole fight thing. And then all of a sudden these random girls start singing like out of this, they're fighting in front of this building, and all of a sudden these girls, like 10 girls, start like singing in a choir. It was kind of weird. And then they just kind of stop fighting and just kind of listen to the girls singing. I thought that was kind of random and weird. Spencer brought Allison's picture and is asking everyone if they've seen this girl, and no one knows who she is. And Hannah's mom, she went to see Veronica Hastings because she's a lawyer, and you can tell she's guilty, like she's hiding something. And she's just talking to Veronica about the whole thing because she feels guilty. She's like, aren't you gonna ask me? And Veronica's like, ask you what? If I'm guilty? And she's like, just come to my office. And then she said something about she was hiding bones in her closet, Hannah's mom. And I don't know if she was like, she actually is hiding bones in her closet. That would be really creepy if she was. Or if that's like a metaphor for like her hiding something in her closet. Which was true because Hannah sneaks into her mom's closet, which was locked, which I guess she found the key. So she goes into the mom's closet and she finds this bag. She unzips it. She finds a gun in the bag. The gun that was stolen from Hannah's dad's desk. And so A probably stole that mom's closet, unless Hannah's mom stole it, but that was the gun that killed Wilden. So that's, there's like a whole nother story right there, and Hannah's like worried. She doesn't know what to do with it, and she wants to get rid of the gun. She wants to get rid of it. She just doesn't want it near her, doesn't want it near her mom. She doesn't want the mom to get in trouble, even if she is guilty, because that is her mom. Spencer wants her to return it to her dad, but Hannah doesn't want to do that because she's afraid that Mr. Marins might call the cops on her mom. Hannah goes to the frat party where Spencer and Emily is at that frat party with like all these drunk people, crazy people. And the guy Brendan, he goes off duty. He's not as their directory counselor or whatever he is. And so he's off shift, so he starts drinking, and he kind of takes Emily's like charmingness from the beginning as flirting. So he thinks she's all into him, and he starts flirting. You can just tell he's hitting on her. And Emily's, of course, she's not interested because she has Paige and she's not interested in guys. She finally tells him that, I think you misunderstood me, that she has Paige. And then he's like, oh, let me just go with you to find your friend, because she saw Hannah there. She didn't know that Hannah was there. But Spencer knew because Spencer told Hannah to wait there and don't do anything stupid with the gun and just to wait at a chair while she go find Emily. And when she was trying to find Emily, she was looking for Emily and she went upstairs in this hallway and she bumped into this secret passage room in this wall. So she goes in it and I thought something was gonna like pop up because it was kind of scary and dark, and she turned on the light and then this weird music starts playing randomly, so she unplugs it. There's a phone there, she plugs it in and she dials Arya's number, and so Arya's at home with Mike, Byron and Ella about to play some kind of game, and she doesn't recognize the number because it's a different area code. Picks it up, she's like, who's this? And Spencer says definitely not Tippy. They talk about whoever Allie was trying to call was there at the frat party, and or why would that person be hidden in that small area? And so they hung up because Spencer had to go. And so she walks out and she's still trying to find Emily. She sees Hannah gone from the chair because Hannah decides to go bury the gun in the forest nearby. Emily tries to follow Hannah in the forest, but she can't find her. And while she's walking alone in the woods, you can hear like this, like as if someone's following her. And I'm like, oh no. I thought it was like the guy following her at first, Brendan, but no, it was just this random guy in a black hoodie. So I thought he was like on the A team too at first, but then just a random guy. He jumped in front of Emily and sprayed silly string all over her, and he's like, welcome to college, and then he just ran off. Yeah, so then she finally finds Spencer in the woods, and they're still trying to look for Hannah. They can't find Hannah anywhere, and then they show Hannah with a picture that she stole from the party, digging a hole in the woods. She's looking, okay, no one's here. Grabs the gun out of the bag that she had, takes out the gun, about to bury it. Police come and they're like, freeze, hands in front of you. And she's like, oh no, she's caught. Like, oh no. She puts her hands in front. They handcuff her. They bring her to the police car that's parked in front of the frat party. Everyone's looking. Emily and Spencer, they come to the police car. They're like, oh my gosh, Hannah, and they can't get to her because police are blocking and all that. Goes in the police car. Emily and Spencer get a text message saying that Hannah and her mom should share a lawyer. And that was the end, and it was getting so good that I wasn't even looking at the time, and I didn't realize it was the end of the episode. So the ending is this weird ending. I didn't really get it, but in the black hoodie and the gloves, stirring tea with honey, and then they take a picture that's like full on dust, and then they wipe off the dust off this one woman's face, like this old woman's face, from like a club thing that Emily was checking out when she was at the party. That was like the head woman that something about died or something. They smeared the name off and it showed the name. And that lady looked really creepy, and she kind of looked like Hannah's mom in a weird way. But I don't know, I don't get that. Like, maybe we don't get it now, but maybe if we keep thinking about it, it'll like make sense later. But that was the episode. What did you guys think of it? Series is getting so frustrating and so irritating but addicting at the same time. I can't stop watching it, and I just can't wait for Ravenswood to premiere. And I think next week is gonna be awesome because they're gonna have like Ravenswood, like a hint of Ravenswood in this episode of Pretty Little Liars, and it was so amazing. So I will see you guys next week with another Pretty Little Liars recap. And bye guys. Peace out, and tell me in the comments below, what do you think about this whole thing? Just the whole season, how it's playing along and all that.